This is the tip line for the Rachel Simmons case. Hello? Is anyone there? We need more information. Are you able to help? You wrote the article last year. You said the case went cold because nobody talked. And now someone is? That's right. Do you know something about what happened to Rachel? Who is this? Can we meet somewhere? Talk in person?
Key logs? What key logs?
I will. Please, if you know something, don't disappear on me. Someone mentioned key fob logs from her apartment building, said nobody checked them properly at the time.
We requested basic access logs, but the building system...
Is there any way to find the original records now?
If the property company kept backups, maybe. I still have contacts there from the original investigation.
Could you help me get those pulled? Officially or unofficially, whatever works.
For Rachel, I'll make some calls. That case never should have gone cold.
Detective Ruiz, it's been a long time. What can I help with?
I need the archived key fob logs for Unit 4B, the night of October 12th, 6 years ago.
Take your time, Diane. This might matter more now than it did back then. What entry?
A second fob registered to that unit was used at 11:30 p.m., 20 minutes after Rachel's own fob logged her entering.
A second fob? Whose fob was that registered to?
The system just listed as guest access minus approved by tenant. Rachel would have had to authorize that guest access herself.
So Rachel let someone into her apartment that night, 20 minutes after she got home.
Someone she trusted enough to give building access to. That narrows this down significantly.
It does. We need the guest fob's unique ID number cross-referenced against building records from that period.
I can pull that specific fob's registration. Detective Ruiz, I went back through my old interview notes from the roommate group.
Rachel's 4 closest friends all claim they were together that whole night.
One of them, Ashley Kern, was oddly insistent about the timeline back then. I remember it feeling rehearsed.
Rehearsed alibis usually mean somebody's covering for someone, sometimes without even realizing what they're covering for.
Could Ashley have had a spare key fob to Rachel's apartment?
They were close before the falling out.
What falling out?
Rachel mentioned to another friend, weeks before she disappeared, that she and Ashley had a serious argument about money Rachel lent her.
That's motive we never fully explored at the time. Money disputes escalate faster than people expect.
Detective Ruiz, the guest fob traces back to an original issue date 14 months before the disappearance.
Registered under Rachel's account for a roommate.
She had a previous roommate for about a year, before getting the solo unit. That roommate was Ashley Kern.
So Ashley kept a fob issued during their previous living arrangement and used it that night without anyone questioning it.
Because everyone assumed if there was any building access, it would show up as unauthorized. But it wasn't unauthorized, it was just old.
We need to bring Ashley in for a formal conversation. Not an accusation yet, just questions.
That's impossible. I gave that fob back months before she even moved into that unit.
The records show otherwise. 11:40 p.m., 20 minutes after Rachel's own entry that night.
Ashley, you told police you were at a bar with 3 other friends that whole night. All 3 of them have since said their memories of the exact timeline are fuzzy. Ashley, you told police you were at a bar with 3 other friends. People's memories fade after 6 years. That doesn't mean anything sinister happened.
Maybe not. But it does mean your alibi isn't as solid as it was presented at the time.
What exactly are you accusing me of, Detective? Fine. I left the bar early. I went to Rachel's to talk about the money I owed her. We argued. Argued how badly? Badly enough that I left angry. But I left, Emily. I swear to you, I left her apartment alive and upset, but alive. What time did you leave?
Around midnight, maybe a little after.
I went home. I didn't tell anyone because I was ashamed of how the argument went. I panicked. I thought if anyone knew I was there arguing with her right before she vanished, I'd be the obvious suspect. You became the obvious suspect anyway, just 6 years later than you should have.
Miss Kern, did you see or hear anything unusual when you left?
Any other visitors? Any cars you didn't recognize?
Can you describe it?
Dark sedan, maybe.
I really wasn't paying attention, Detective. I was upset and just wanted to go home.
Detective Ruiz, if Ashley left around midnight and there was a car outside, we need
Parking or traffic camera footage from that block.
city camera. I'll canvass the block myself. Ask if any of the same businesses are still operating with the same owners.
Detective, I remember that night vaguely. We had a break-in attempt around then, so I actually kept extra footage archived longer than usual.
Interesting. How much longer? You still have footage from October 12th, 6 years ago?
If it's on the same external drive from that break-in investigation, yes. Give me a moment to check the storage room. Take whatever time you need, Mr. Patel. This could matter enormously.
Here it is. Time-stamped footage from that night, showing the street outside your area of interest.
Emily, look at this. Timestamp 11:58 p.m. A dark sedan parked exactly where Ashley described.
Yeah, I see it. Ashley, you told police you were at a bar with 3 other friends that whole night. All 3 of them have since said their memories of the exact timeline are fuzzy. Can we make out a plate number or a driver?
Grainy, but let's enhance it. There, 12:04 a.m., someone exits the sedan and walks toward Rachel's building entrance.
Detective Ruiz, the facial recognition match came back.
91% confidence.
Who is it?
Marcus Webb Jr. Not on our original suspect list at all 6 years ago, but his name appears in Rachel's old phone records as a recent contact. Marcus Webb. I remember that name, barely. He briefly dated Rachel a few months before she disappeared.
A relationship that never made it into her friend group's statements.
Interesting omission.
Maybe because it ended badly, and nobody wanted to bring up an ex-boyfriend without solid reason?
We have solid reason now. Let's bring Marcus Webb Jr. in for questioning.
Detective Ruiz, this is about Rachel? That's ancient history at this point. Security footage places you outside her building at 12:04 a.m. the night.
Why wasn't this mentioned 6 years ago, Mr. Webb? I panicked. We'd broken up messily. I figured showing up right before she vanished would make me look guilty.
It does make you look guilty, Marcus. Especially now, discovered rather than disclosed.
I didn't hurt her. I talked to her for maybe 15 minutes. She seemed fine, a little tired, and then I left.
Fine how? Did she mention anything unusual? Anyone bothering her? Any plans after you left?
She mentioned she was expecting someone else later that night.
Someone else? A third person that night, after Ashley and after you?
This timeline just got significantly more complicated.
Mr. Webb, did she say anything else about this other visitor?
Just that they'd been texting a lot recently. I assumed it was a new interest, honestly. I didn't push for details. I was trying to leave gracefully.
We need her old phone records again, cross-referenced against any numbers not yet identified from that final week.
Detective, running that analysis now.
Whose number is that?
It traces to a prepaid phone purchased with cash, never registered to a name. But the cell tower pings that night place it directly at Rachel's apartment complex.
A burner phone. Someone planned this carefully enough to avoid being traced by name.
That level of planning suggests premeditation, not a crime of passion in the moment.
There's one more thing, Detective. That prepaid phone's tower pings show a pattern matching another number still active today, one belonging to Ashley Kern's older brother, Daniel Kern.
Ashley's brother. Did Daniel Kern know Rachel personally?
I need to check my old notes, but I believe Daniel occasionally picked Ashley up from Rachel's apartment during their roommate year.
So Daniel had access, familiarity with the building, and possibly a reason to protect his sister if Ashley's argument with Rachel escalated after Ashley left.
You think Daniel came to check on his sister, found Rachel alone and upset, and something happened between them instead?
That's a theory we now have.
I haven't thought about that night in years, Detective. Why does this matter now? Cell tower analysis places a burner phone.
That's circumstantial at best, Detective. Phone patterns don't prove anything definitive.
Combined with your sister's fob access and the timeline we've built, it's substantially more than circumstantial, Mr. Kern.
Fine. I went to check on Ashley after she called me crying about the argument. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
What happened when you got there?
Rachel was still upset. We argued about how she'd treated my sister over money. It escalated further than I intended. Escalated how, exactly? I pushed her during the argument. She fell, hit her head on the corner of a table. I panicked completely.
You panicked and did what, Daniel?
I thought she was just unconscious. I left, telling myself she'd wake up fine. I never intended for this to go as far as it did. I went back the next morning, terrified of what I'd find. She wasn't breathing anymore, and I panicked again, and I made it worse.
Where is her body, Mr. Kern? This is your chance to finally give her family closure.
Where is her body, Mr. Kern? This is your chance to finally give her family closure.
There's a property my family owns outside the city, undeveloped land. I buried her there that same week, in complete panic.
Detective Ruiz, is it really finally over?
6 years of nothing, and now this. It's over in terms of finding answers, Emily.
Thank you for staying dedicated to this case even after retirement. Not every detective would have kept fighting.
Some cases you carry with you regardless of whether you're still on the force, Emily. Rachel deserved better than being forgotten.
I'm publishing everything, carefully, respectfully, but completely.
Her family deserves the full story finally being told.